It should be obvious to the world or anyone who is perceptive or has vision to see that the current administration is gaslighting America. They're literally blowing smoke up America's rectum, talking about they're finding corruption and fraud. What they're doing is cutting things that they don't like. They're cutting things that they don't agree with. The problem with that is Congress has already funded these things. These things have been voted on and passed by the representatives of the people. So when the current administration gets up in front of America and says that they're the ones looking for corruption, they are corruption. They are the epitome of corruption and fraud. And they're doing it so haphazardly that the backlash is coming against the people who voted them into office. You have farmers who are facing bankruptcy because they won't honor the contract, which is par for the course for Musk and Trump in their own business dealings and how they deal with the workers that are under them. So this is not new. You should have anticipated this. So now they're crying. Federal employees that have been laid off or fired and been told that they've been fired for low productivity after having been given excellent employee assessments. Very strange. They don't understand why the administration that they voted for is doing this to them, because they don't care. They found corruption and fraud so haphazard that they fired the employees that are safeguarding our nuclear weapons. Wow. And now they're scrambling to get them back after telling them to go ahead and take a vacation. Meanwhile, a significant portion of America is cheering this on. They think this is good. They're finding waste, fraud, corruption, and all that stuff. But he's not providing you any proof. He's just saying it. And that seems to be, the order of the day. Just say it. We'll believe it. And now they want to impeach the judges that are applying the law to their actions. They want to impeach the judges. But the rubber is going to meet the road soon, because a judgment is only as good as its willingness and ability to be enforced. And enforcement lies with the executive branch. The president is commander-in-chief. He's also the top law enforcement officer. So the rubber's going to meet the road. And people think that the judges are going to stop them. They're always waiting for somebody else to do what they need to do. That's not how it works, especially when you're dealing with an administration that has no regard for the law, for the system, for the checks and balances, for the Constitution. They have no regard for anything but money and power, and they don't care how they get it, and they don't care who they have to take it from. This is a throwback to the old days of taking land. As you see, they want Greenland, they want Canada, they want Gaza, they want to rename. It's that old crusader mentality, that old colonialist, imperialist mentality of the past that they're bringing back. And they think that's going to make them great again if you can throw your weight around. It's going to come to some kind of military clash, because either people will succumb, or other world leaders will succumb to their bullying, or they will join the other side, which is consisting of BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and about 20 odd nations, and they're rapidly growing, looking to challenge Western hegemony. And yeah, there's a problem. We don't, we're looking to go down this isolationist road. We don't need anybody. We have become an unreliable ally, an unreliable economic partner. We are terrorizing our closest allies economically and threatening them with imperial takeover. We're going to take Greenland. We're going to take Canada. We make it the 51st state. This is what created a lot of problems in the world, say 150 years ago, at the Berlin Conference when they decided to cut up Africa, when they used the resources to industrialize and militarize themselves to the point where they actually had to end up fighting themselves. It was the chickens coming home to roost. When they talk about World War I and how they don't know what the causes were, some of this and some of that, no. You build yourself up with military arms and then you tell yourself you're the greatest, and then at some point you got to prove it. You're chomping at the bit to push people around. And that's what we're returning to as a nation. Very soon, I expect to see them to make aggressive military moves. When they told us they were taking us out of wars, when they told us they were not going to be getting involved in those types of quagmires, but that's exactly, we're doing the opposite. So, America, you've been gaslit. Whether you remain gaslit, that's up to you. As for us, we never believed the bullshit in the first place. And it's hard to convince people that they have been bamboozled, defrauded. It's very hard to admit that you might have got it wrong. But we'll see, because the record is moving rather fast, as we used to say back in the days of 45s, 33s, and 78s.